Now it's on. Oh, cool. As I said, I will be presenting with my co-founder, Small Brain. And I will be doing most of the talking today, but every now and then, Small Brain will jump in with a couple of his thoughts. So let's jump in. Looking through Twitter the other day, and I saw this meme. So it's a game, but you can make real money by farming the tokens and your digital goods in the game. We travel with you to 3 games, same metaverse, and 12-year-olds in the Philippines. You can get a special sword and make some ETH. I saw this meme, and I did not laugh. I was just like literally depressed, and that's because I think it's emblematic of like how people are thinking about on-chain games. There's game economies becoming real economies and in-game items becoming tradable collectibles. You all know these theses, so I'm not going to go over them. But down here, there's this new one that we call autonomous worlds. And to see most of the work being done in this world, like literally look around you in this room. And I think everybody in this room is united by the fact that they believe that the blockchain, especially in relation to gaming, should have interesting affordances about persistence and modability more so than ownership. Justin talked about this in his intro, and that's why like Flynn and Fraser build these crazy ZK tools which give you Web 2 affordances and Web 3. That's why you see like Henry building games like Dark Seas that are fully on-chain and Lattice making mud. And so when I came to this residency, I was really excited by that. But the problem is this was my co-founder. So I'm super smart, and I could do crazy things like that too. Just the fact that Small Brain and I were working together meant we needed to go a different direction. And so I asked Small Brain, I said, hey, with this in mind, what's an interesting thing that the blockchain has that can help us make a new type of fun game? And he said, pay is easy. And that's actually really interesting because there's a whole class of games that are zero expected value risk reward games. Like these are games where you put up a little bit of money to risk something, and it's fun because you might get a larger reward back. They're not money goes up forever. They're all the money goes in that comes out. And there's small amounts of money. It can be extremely fun. And that's why Small Brain and I made Words3, an on-chain PvP word game. Raise your hand if you played Words3. Let's go! Oh, that's crazy. That's really exciting. So I don't even need to explain it, but it's a fully on-chain PvP word game. You place letters on an infinite grid to spell words, but each letter is a fluctuating price. And you make ETH if you score a lot of points or when others play on your words. So I know all of you understood exactly what I said, but Small Brain's a little confused. So we're going to see a demo. And so this is Words3, and it's really small because of this screen. Oh, now it's really large. But as you can see at the bottom, there's different prices for each letter, and I have this grid. And I have a couple people in the audience playing too. And we're going to play the word late because that's what these demos are running. And so you can see, like, I make a move, and I pay some money based on my letters. And it appears, and this is running on mud. And based on my moves, the prices of letters change. As you can see, the letters that are being played have higher prices. And so this is the core tension of Words3. There's a board. Everybody's playing words on it. So the board is constantly changing, and letter prices are constantly changing. And you need to find a clever place to play cheap letters to make words. So not only did we build this game, but we actually launched it. So it started like this at 2 a.m. one night. It was launched on Optimism mainnet and obviously created with mud. And the next morning, it had gained some traction. A couple of people had tweeted about it. There were some words on the board. What was really cool was after 6 days, we saw this. I love looking at this. Like, this is just beautiful. What this is this is 100 players, around 100 players playing around 1,200 words, and overall putting $7,000 into the game at prices from around 60 cents to a couple dollars per word because demand kept going up. But more interesting than this is perhaps like, oh yeah, go to words3.xyz/stats. Like right now, if you have a laptop, you can pull it up and do it, and you can like scroll through the history of the entire game. It's cool. But maybe more interesting than this is some of the qualitative feedback that we got. And I like to focus on a couple of things. First of all, this person built a visualizer. Like, this is the power of open source, I guess. But this person built their own visualizer for the history of the game a couple days in. So that was really cool. I love this one. This one seems like criticism. It's like, oh, the game was slow. But what I love about this one is that this Twitter DM I got, this person was playing this game on an airplane. I have a question for all of you. Which on-chain game does somebody casually pull out and play on an airplane? That made me so happy. And this is my favorite one. This person was going to get their mom to bridge ETH to Optimism to play this game. what is an on-chain game that you tell your parents about? So that was really, really energizing to me. And so now the question is, what now? Yeah, that's a good idea. I guess like a smallish amount of people played Words3, but because of the engagement I got and the fact that there's something fun here, it might be a good idea to do more Words3, except with a couple of fixes. Obviously, like bug fixes, smooth onboarding, but the two big things we want to add to Words3 next are a mobile client and Perlin noise randomly generated point multiplier tiles. It's going to go off. It's going to be so much fun. But that's not what we're doing yet, apparently. What should we do first? Huh, that's interesting. I guess, like, I don't know exactly what Small Brain's thinking, but I would guess that this game is some sort of autonomous world game built on a chessboard, which is a really simple location for a world because people understand the complexity. I think it's going to be called Ape's Gambit, and it'll actually be done with Capsule DAO, who presented Endomo earlier. So this will be the next Small Brain game. In addition to this, we're going to be helping Hank publish his game as well, Dark Seas, which you saw. And so what ties all Small Brain games together are these three core values. First of all, no words over 4 syllables. What this means is like the games have to be explainable. Like literally, they have to be explainable in 140 characters. Like no crazy mechanics, super simple like games. Second thing is no NFTs. And like I know NFTs are just a standard, but I think what NFTs have come to represent in crypto in terms of product market fit is exactly the opposite of what Small Brain Games is about. And that's why I think we're taking this stance in all of our games. There are not going to be any NFTs in them. And the last value is no knowledge. I know nothing, and Small Brain just literally does not have the brain volume to know things. And so what no knowledge means is the only way we can learn things is by shipping things and shipping them fast. That's why we built Words3 in 2 weeks and put it out in the world so we could learn if this zero EV thesis had anything behind it, and that's what we're going to do over and over again. And so I know I just talked at you for like 8 minutes, and everybody's been talking for a long time, and your brain is mush, and Small Brain isn't very smart, but what he is good at is taking a lot of things that are going on and condensing them into like really simple, easy to understand information. And so Small Brain, like, could you put it really simply to this audience, like, what is Small Brain Games about? More moms. I think that's right. Because for everything I just said, the only thing that matters is that one text I got where that person was going to tell their mom to bridge ETH to Optimism to play this game. That's the only thing that matters, is getting more and more texts like that. And that's what we're doing at Small Brain Games. And I don't know what the game is that's going to break into that next cluster of people that's going to be on chain, but I have a really, really strong feeling it's going to be a Small Brain game. So thank you.